Action RPGs continue to grow with deeper combat systems, complex character builds, and large fantasy worlds to explore. New titles coming in 2026 are aiming to expand the genre with fresh mechanics and darker settings. Let's get into it. Shattered Realms is a roguelite action RPG where players control guardians and fight through corrupted realms filled with enemies and powerful bosses. Each run uses procedurally generated maps, randomized wave encounters, and changing combat situations. Players choose different guardian classes with unique abilities and combine elemental or physical magic to create custom builds and apply status effects in battle. Progress comes from collecting randomized gear with rarity tiers and modifiers, then returning to Aetherhold to craft items, upgrade equipment, and unlock permanent upgrades between runs. Void Diver Escape from the Abysses is a pixel art extraction action RPG where players manage the antique shop Belucia and send divers into dungeon areas across an anomalous city to recover artifacts. Missions involve entering dangerous zones filled with monsters, machines, and strange phenomena while collecting valuables and escaping safely. Players can go alone or cooperate with up to 3 others, use characters with different skills, manage stress and curses, and improve builds through skill trees, weapons, accessories, and relics.
Hello, hunters!
Dragonkin the Banished puts players in control of legendary heroes who hunt dragon creatures and battle powerful dragon lords. Each hero uses different weapons, abilities, and elemental powers while fighting enemies across regions such as jungles, swamps, glaciers, and volcanoes. Progression includes upgrading gear, raising wormlings, and arranging skills inside the ancestral grid to create custom power builds. Between missions, players return to the city of Montescale to upgrade buildings, support its growth, and unlock equipment and services that strengthen future hunts.
Each mastering a specific element: fire, ice, toxic, or electric. Once correctly arranged on the grid, Wormling's skills are automatically triggered in support, reacting to the use of your own character skills. By correctly placing your fragments with compatible modifiers, you can greatly customize the skills on your ancestral grid. These modifiers will not only allow you to deeply shape your skills, but also raise them to higher ranks and increase their power. Once a character skill reaches rank 4, it enters into symbiosis with your Wormling. This skill then merges with its element, visually changing its effect and further increasing its power.
ReBlade the Death Spiral places players in control of a condemned synthetic trapped in repeating resets while fighting through a cyberpunk city influenced by Chinese mythology. Combat relies on timing, reading enemy behavior, and balancing offense and defense against mechanical creatures and powerful bosses. Players combine weapons, chips, and augments to create different combat builds and adapt strategies during each run. Progress comes from learning enemy patterns, collecting resources, meeting allies, and uncovering information connected to the cycle of destruction. The Dark West takes place on a cursed frontier, where players fight through towns, mines, and wilderness affected by black magic and constant conflict. Combat combines gunfire and supernatural abilities while enemies attack aggressively, forcing players to manage positioning, timing, and survival during encounters. Characters grow stronger through selected skills, powerful gear, and special systems such as alcohol that increases strength while affecting awareness, and poker card combinations that modify abilities. Choices and actions shape progression, reputation, and how the character develops over time. Heart of Gaia takes place in a steampunk fantasy setting where players lead a resistance against a dark order attempting to awaken an ancient dragon tied to chaos. Combat uses dynamic systems that allow real-time switching between characters during battles. Each character brings different abilities and combat roles, allowing players to adjust tactics against powerful enemies. Progress involves confronting hostile forces, working through conflicts tied to ancient threats, and coordinating the strengths of multiple characters to handle increasingly dangerous encounters. Carbon takes place in a cyberpunk and biopunk future, where players fight through hostile environments and build power through extensive character systems. Players choose between bio-augmentations such as geneware and chemware, or tech augmentations like cyberware and nanoware, which change combat style and abilities. Character progression uses body types, 18 core specializations, and passive skill trees that shape playstyle. More than 100 skills can be placed into talent trees to modify effects, while cooperative play allows teams to combine different builds and roles. Vaultbreakers places players in top-down expeditions where they search corrupted lands for powerful artifacts linked to the Dragon Vault. Missions include fighting enemies, avoiding dangerous encounters, and escaping with collected relics before losing everything. Players build and upgrade a personal haven that provides long-term improvements, gear, and useful devices. Each expedition can involve AI enemies or rival players, with cooperative teams coordinating movement, positioning, and timing to survive changing events, environmental hazards, and conflicts that alter the battlefield during missions.
is my doing.
Let go of me!
You think you've lost everything.
Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred expands the conflict in Sanctuary as players confront the primeval Mephisto through a new campaign set in the region of Skovos. The expansion introduces the Paladin class with melee combat and holy abilities, alongside another new class. Players travel through new locations, fight demons, cultists, and sea creatures, and enter dungeons across the region. Progression includes updated skill systems, new item mechanics such as set bonuses and talismans, and endgame activities where builds face large enemy waves and customized challenges.
For hell is no longer coming. Hell is already here.
Gods, Death, and Reapers takes place in an afterlife where mythological realms lie in ruins, and players act as Reapers working under death. Missions involve entering dangerous maps, completing objectives, fighting enemies or rival players, and escaping with collected loot. Players prepare inside a personal fortress, where they upgrade the base and organize gear and loadouts. Different modes include high-risk PvPvE extraction runs, a single-player story that uncovers the fate of the gods, and cooperative battles against enemy factions. Titan Quest II takes place in a mythological setting where players confront Nemesis, a goddess who has corrupted the threads of fate and unleashed punishment across the land. Combat involves fighting creatures from Greek mythology such as centaurs, cyclopes, and griffins while using abilities, weapons, and tactical movement like dodging and countering attacks. Character progression allows players to combine two masteries to create hybrid classes with different skills and attributes. Ritual systems adjust challenge levels, while loot and equipment support varied combat builds.
Either belongs to the mighty, the clever.
Crystalfall takes place in a ruined world after an asteroid strike that spread crystal shards and created hostile regions filled with mutated creatures and steampunk enemies. Players fight through dungeons that change layout each visit while collecting gear, weapons, and skills dropped as loot. Character progression uses attributes, a large talent tree, and skills with randomized upgrade paths that allow different build combinations. Long-term play includes trading items, improving equipment, and pushing through an endgame system with new maps and powerful bosses.
Stealing and killing, destroying all that we have built. They need to get used to the fact that this world does not belong to them. It is our duty to keep order, to keep them in place, and that requires sacrifice.
Don't you ever get tired of hearing yourself talk?
Your struggle was your own. Every battle, every scar.
No Rest for the Wicked places players in control of a Sareem, a holy warrior sent to the island of Isola Sacra to investigate a spreading plague called Pestilence. Combat uses stamina-based actions such as striking, blocking, parrying, and dodging, while weapons provide unique movesets and rune enhancements. Players collect gear with different rarities and improve attributes across several domains to strengthen combat ability. Progress also includes crafting equipment, upgrading the town of Sacrament, managing housing, and completing difficult encounters in endgame challenges.
The Watcher's call has been answered. Welcome to Sacrament.
By the time we breach Sacrament's gates, will anyone be left inside?
The sickness has turned our island against itself.
History has called upon us. And history will remember how we answer.
Darkhaven takes place after the collapse of civilization, where players survive in a ruined realm filled with monsters and spreading corruption. The world is procedurally generated and fully destructible, allowing players to dig, reshape terrain, uncover hidden areas, and build structures such as bridges or fortifications. Combat uses positioning, movement, and skill timing against enemies with different behaviors. Progression includes collecting powerful gear, relics, runes, and set items that influence builds while exploring interconnected realms alone or with others.